Well, hello everybody. We are operational today thanks to Mr. Ron Durant, my buddy. He created a video just to help me out. What a nice guy he is. So if you're on, well, I know Kevin, he's subscribed, but if you're watching this in replay, definitely subscribe to Ron Durant's channels. He's got two really good ones, two that I know of. I don't know, Ron, if you have any more than two. Definitely need to subscribe to Kevin's channel, Nature Photo Studios. So for more Midwest awesomeness. But I am just glad this thing seems to be working. I wish, my only wish now, and I'll get this figured out eventually, is right here, I'm pointing, this is my laptop, so this is my Facebook camera or whatever they call it on the Mac universe. Over here is my big monitor, and I've got a webcam, a Logitech webcam on it. And I know Ron's going to tell me, hook up your GoPro to it, and I'm gonna. But either way, right now, I cannot get this webcam on my big screen to work. So I've got to stare at the tiny screen, and my eyes are not good for that. Ron says, okay, you got it going on. Yeah, buddy, thanks to your help. And it was free. Free help, which is the best kind. The guy goes out of his way to create a video. We were supposed to get together yesterday, and instead he just creates a video, says, I'll teach old Double G how to do this my way. Oh my God. So it's 10:24. This is scheduled to start at 10:30, but we started, well, I probably shouldn't start. I'm a stickler to timing. Those 30 years that I worked in the insurance industry before they kindly kicked my ass out. Don't get me started on that. If I had a meeting that was scheduled to start at 9, it started at 9. And whether all my direct reports were on or not. So that's why I was so frustrated. I think it was last week or the week before, or both, trying to get this live stream to work properly, because I am a stickler for promptness and doing what you say you're going to do. And so, yeah, little frustrating. But I actually had some things on the docket here to talk about today, so that's good. Let me see if I can make this bigger on my screen so I can actually read it. Woody! There he is! The man, the legend, Woody. Audio's good. That's the most important thing. Oh, that's good to know. So I can't remember which microphone I'm using, honestly, if I'm using the one right on the laptop or if I'm using this one. Does that make a difference? It's plugged in, but I honestly don't know if this is the one I'm using or not. So you guys let me know if this makes a difference. So what's Ron saying here? No need to go and start learning OBS for now. Baby steps. Yeah, and we didn't get a chance to talk, but I downloaded it and I was playing with it, tested it. It looks cool. It definitely will add to these live streams for sure. Just the capabilities that you can do with OBS. And if anybody's on that doesn't know what OBS is, it's some free software out there that helps you do these live streams. It just gives you more capabilities. You can go back and forth from this shot here to the desktop. And like, if I wanted to show you guys some images, I could go into Lightroom and, show you how I process them and things like that. And I do want to get to that. That's certainly on the agenda. So I just have to learn it first. No need to go and start. Woody says it's plugged in. Just use the mic you're on. Good morning. Good morning, Stacy. Thanks for jumping on. So let's see. What time is it? I have my watch on. 10:27 still. So we have a minute. We can still... Hey, Bernard. Good day, my friend. Hey, Bernard. I don't know if you ever saw... I sent you an email responding to, talking about the zines and all that. And I don't know if you ever saw that. So, and it's been a while, months. So we should definitely connect sometime again and talk about that. Because I had some questions about the zine. I wasn't having good luck with the company I was using. So yours are so much nicer. In fact, I got them right here. Hopefully, I didn't just moon you guys. Bernard sent me these zines, and I was trying to kind of work off those. They're beautiful, and I'm still working on putting the zine together, and I will. It's just one of those things. It's like get caught up in it, and I just didn't like it, honestly, and I just haven't gotten back to it. So, well, let's see who else is out there. Yeah, Bernard, that might have gone to your like spam or something. It's been like I said, it's been several months since I shot you that note. Woody Mallory, we will get him. Yeah, well, I need all the help you can get, and that leads me right into the opening. So I actually had some notes here, and if I can find it. So I changed up. So we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you, everybody, for dialing in. You guys know I appreciate you so much. Today, I just wanted to go. I've got 3 things. The first 2 are pretty quick, and then the third one definitely is a round table discussion. But anyway, I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on the new banner. I just wanted to do something that was not as busy. So something cleaner, something simpler, something that kind of represents what I am and what I do here on YouTube. And that is, I definitely try to keep things simple and clean. And that's why I changed the banner. And, it's not something I want to change all the time. I considered changing it seasonally, but, I don't know if I will do that or not. Now I gotta, there we go. So I'm looking at the big monitor. I shouldn't be doing that. I got to figure out how to turn that other camera on. But the new banner is up. And I also I updated where'd you put it, Garrick? Let's minimize this. Yeah, I need you guys to get me to the 21st century. And if you can see me looking with one eye, that's because I can't see anymore. So, all right. So, and I don't know, honestly, I don't know if anybody ever looks at the channel description or the about section of the channel. I honestly don't even know what it's called. I think it's called description, but could be wrong. But I changed mine, and again, I wanted it to reflect me and what I do and what I'm about and the channel and all that. So I changed it, and it just says, "This channel is not about perfection," which you guys are all very aware of. And I just wrote, "It's not about having the newest gear, chasing trends, or measuring your worth by likes and views." I've got like 450 videos up. I've been doing this for 8 years, 9 years, maybe. And up until getting laid off in 2023, I really wasn't all that interested in monetization and all that stuff. But around that time, that's when I really started, thinking about, and I had over 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000. I could have monetized. I had all the statistics that YouTube requires, and I just never did up until that point. So not about likes and views. Photography should feel human and not stressful. And I'm not about the competition and trying to one up people. I set personal goals, yeah, but it's not. I don't look at anybody else's channel as a competitor, because then you guys have probably all heard the saying that comparison is the thief of joy. Well, for me, it really, really is. So if I'm looking around, that's why I honestly, and I've talked about this on the channel before, I don't honestly watch a ton of YouTube videos because I don't want to fall into that trap of, you see something, it's like, damn, he's got like, 90,000 views on this thing, or he's got 50,000 subscribers, and my stuff is just as good, and blah blah blah. I don't want to fall into that. I don't. I watch the people's channels that I connect with and watch, and outside of that, Thomas Heaton's channel sometimes, Gavin Hardcastle, because he has a sense of humor, and I don't know, there might be a couple others, but I honestly, I don't watch. I mean, I watch Ron and Kevin and some other Phil Thatch. I don't know if Phil's out there today, but all the guys that I connect with, I definitely watch. And that's not even like I don't see every single video. It's just, again, I don't want to into that trap where I'm comparing myself to others, because for me personally, it's not a good thing when I start doing that. And then here I just wrote, photographer. I'm Garrick, a photographer who believes photography is at its best when it's personal, imperfect, which I'm really, really good at being. And honest, which I am. I'm very authentic. You're going to see the good, the bad, the ugly on this channel. This channel exists to slow things down. I get told that you need to be a little quicker, but I'm just I'm me. I have to be me. I'm not going to try to be somebody else. And remind you that you don't need to have everything figured out for photographs, and that is the truth. Here you'll find videos about enjoying photography without pressure, making better photos without obsessing over gear, learning through mistakes, which, yeah, we've kind of beat that one to death, but staying connected to photography when motivation fades. And that's really why I did the one photo project. And I'll talk about that in a second. But this isn't about being the best photographer in the room, because, we all know that's not the case. It's about feeling confident enough to keep shooting, and motivated enough. I end every video the same way because I mean it. I'm Garrick, and I am your very best friend in the whole wide world. So if if you're here, you're not alone in this. So yeah, so that's how I updated the new channel description. I just wanted to share that with you guys and kind of get your thoughts on it. And I have not looked at the chat here in a couple of minutes, but hey, there is Phil Thatch. Handheld mic is the active one, it seems. Also, hi, double. Thanks, Phil. So if you guys are hearing me all right, I'm not gonna move it, not gonna change it, but make sure to hit the thumbs up, double G. Hit the thumbs up. I don't know what thumbs up you're talking about. I see a thumbs up there, but that's not doing anything for me. Banner is nice, Phil says. Garrick, you have the best theme music on YouTube. I love that song. The one that I play at the end of every video. I'm sure that's the one that you're talking about. Or maybe not. It says it's very calming. The one at the end is a little high energy, but so very calming. You have to shoot photos for yourself, says William Beck. Yeah, 100%. That's why your show is classic. Thank you so much. Incredibly kind. Probably way too kind, but I missed a couple up here. Rubber gloves. What is just doing photography? Not really interested in competitions or yeah. I did a competition late last year and it cost me. It was by the Independent Photographer. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. But the Independent Photographer, and I don't know what it's just some organization, I guess. But it cost me $40 to enter. Well, it was going to be $30 to enter 3 or $40 to enter 6. So I did $40. I entered 6 images, and it was for street photography. And literally, like in 24 hours, I got a I just was told that my photographs didn't move on. It's like, holy crap, that was the quickest. I could have taken $40 down to the casino in Aurora and probably enjoyed spending that, wasting the $40 that way, better than I did. Christopher May, what up, double G? Hey, buddy. So yeah, so I just, like I said, authenticity, Bernard says, is the secret sauce. Garrick, there's only one of you. Keep it, don't change. That's right. That's reminds me of another saying. It's like, be yourself because everybody else is taken. So, and that's that's all I can do, and that's one thing I do. I do pretty well here. I don't try to be anybody else because it would show up. You guys would know I'm trying to be Phil Thatch or, anybody else out there. And it's like, no, it's not going to do that. I've always been genuine. I've always been authentic. And that's all I can do. That's all I know how to do, honestly. So let's see what Ron says here. I decided this year not to renew my camera club membership as I was not getting anything out of it. That's kind of stinks. So one thing I did in 2022 is I created a camera club in the city of Aurora, and the nickname for Aurora is, they call it the City of Lights, and it's like the second or third biggest city in Illinois. And I'm really lucky as far as camera clubs go. It's the only one I belong to. I created it, and from day one, it was not a online club. It was an in-person, organic, authentic, get together, like-minded people. And the goal was never about having a lot of people. It was about having good people, high character people that were going to show up every month and not only show up but participate and bring value. And that's thankfully what we got. And coincidentally, I have a video coming out this afternoon at like 4 o'clock that talks about the camera club. That was completely ironic and unplanned. That's a pleasant surprise. So all right. So like I said, I wanted to share. And Ron, that stinks that you weren't getting anything out of your camera club. And I just got really lucky. We have such good people. I interviewed 2 of the camera club members on this channel. Perry Slade was one, and Rashima Wood was the other. And phenomenal artists and photographers. And yeah, I was just super lucky when it came to the camera club. All right, I need to find my other note. How do I find that? Oh my God. We got to get him into the 21st century. I love that. All right. Oh, it's hiding back here. Uh-oh, that's not it. Doggone it. Now I got to find my note. I had it right in front of me. All right. The second topic. Oh, yeah. And I already kind of referred to this. Is the one photo contest, or it's not a contest, the one photo project update. We got 9 people to enter. That includes me, which is really cool. And I'm thinking if I can get the live stream figured out by next Wednesday, I'll show all the images in the live stream, but don't count on it because, like Ron said, that OBS has a learning curve, and this new 60-year-old, the learning curve might be a little bit longer than the normal human being that might pick it up a little bit quicker. So I'm going to try to have the video put together where I share all of the one photo project images that were shared. So hopefully we'll be able to put that video out next week. And it's really cool that we got 9 people to do it. It's the very first one, and the theme was kitchen table. And for those of you that may or may not know what I'm talking about, everybody was offered the opportunity to send in one image, theme being kitchen table. And the reason behind the kitchen table is because I'll give you the Cliff Note version. When I was young, all the meaningful discussions happened around the kitchen table. I can see my grandma right now, and she never got a breath of fresh air. She was one of the, she would be smoking, and like I said, it was like put one out, light one up. This is what I'm just envisioning right now. So we're sitting at the kitchen table, Formica, metal legs, white table, green trim, and my grandma's sitting there smoking and just talking about life in general, and talking to me. I'm 7 years old, 6 years old, whatever, 8 years old, talking to me like I'm a person, not a kid, and talking about whatever, life. And I remember those days. So that's and I feel like those days have kind of gone away. I don't know, at least in my universe, it doesn't seem like those kitchen table discussions, the real meaningful ones, happen as much as they should anymore. So that's the thought process behind that theme. And we'll do a theme every month. I think it'll be fun, and hopefully it'll build. But we'll see how it goes. And it'll just be fun to share everybody's images. I said I'll feature like a handful of them, but all of them will get shown with the artist / photographer's name at some point during the video. So it's not a competition. It's just a fun way to share, almost like the camera club that I created. It's just a fun way to get like-minded people to come together over a common hobby and a common theme and all that. So that's the thought process behind the one photo project and the current theme. So all right, let me check the chat board, and then we'll get into the last topic for the day. Let me see here. What have I missed? You could do a video as a premiere. That way you can be in the chat box. That's a good idea. As long as I can show the images, that's what I want to be able to do. Woody, sorry I had to leave the stream for 5 minutes back now. Oh, Woody, we've been talking about you for the last 5 minutes. That's weird. That's very ironic timing that you've just missed that whole 5 minutes that we talked about you. But that's all right. You can watch it on replay. So the topic for the day is, and I want to hear your thoughts on this, is the value of having a no plan photography day or photography drive or walk, trip, whatever you want to call it. Go out to the local small town, go out to the local Hiawatha State Park. I've seen that beautiful place in a couple of videos. But yeah, I just want to get your guys' thoughts on just getting out. Whether it could be the backyard. Just getting out with no plan and going out to shoot. I find, yeah, exactly. Kevin, Nature Photo Studios, just chimed in and said, yeah, you're never disappointed if you go out without a plan. And I think that therein lies at least a big chunk of the value for me. And yeah, I always come back satisfied. Always. Because again, you're not setting that expectation level too high. By having a plan, you can't fail, I guess is what it comes down to. So you can't fail. And I'm someone that doesn't like to fail, and I kind of beat myself up really, really easily when it comes to things like that. And if I feel like I didn't meet a certain expectation, and so that's a big one. Yeah, good shout out, Kevin. Ron says, shoot, I have no plan photography. I have a no plan photography day every time I go out. See, I think that's smart. I usually don't decide till the night before that I'm going to go somewhere. Well, yeah, I'm like that too. But at the same time, when I want to make a YouTube video out of my photo drive, I want it to be good, right? I want it to have value to you guys, the viewer. So I try to think of where I should go, and it makes it harder for me to do a no plan. I can easily go out and do a no plan photo shoot when it's just me. I'm just with my camera, and I'm not going to make a video out of it. But when I'm going to make a video out of it, I don't feel like I can. I know I physically I can, but mentally I don't feel like it'll be good enough. I went out this morning at 4 a.m. in the dark and fog. Ooh, gotta like the dark and the fog. Hopefully you got some decent longer exposures, maybe some blue hour shots. I went out at blue hour the other day and I froze my ass off, and I got so mad at myself because I'm getting cold so easily, and then that led to some other stuff. So, which I'm actually going to talk about in another video. William, I never go with a plan. I'm in alleys, downtown, backwoods, anywhere, always come back with 100 100 photos. I'm seeing a trend here. This is pretty sweet. Bernard, I do that all the time. Can't stand following a schedule or a script. Yeah, Oh, I definitely, if you guys have seen more than 3 of my videos, you know I don't script anything. Which may be part of the appeal. I don't know. But yeah, I could not go out with the script. But there are, like I was saying, it's like I feel like it would be a better video for you guys if I had a plan. So I try to put a plan together when I'm making a video, but that usually goes to hell the first stop, right? Because you could have the plan planned out to the T, get to your first stop and it starts raining, get to your first stop and you've got a dead battery, or shit hits the fan all the time, and then you've got to adapt. 15 watching now. That's good. Thank you, Woody, for that. I appreciate it. A lack of planning usually results in adventure. Yeah, that's good. That's true. That's very true, because you didn't know, right? And what's behind the word adventure? When you get into an adventure, something seems adventurous when you kind of fall into it, and it's like, yeah. Some guy, one of my bosses in the insurance world, he used to say, proper planning prevents piss poor performance. So you can tell, I mean, I just pulled that right out of my brain without even thinking about it. So you can tell that I heard that like a million times through my career in the insurance field. So Christopher says, I think that approach is a tool to have in the toolbox. No plans brings an element of serendipity that can lead to, yeah, for sure. Similarly, planning a shoot to realize a pre-visualization offers a sense of accomplishment when you create what you've envisioned. And I've talked about that. That's a really good call out. And I've talked about that, many times in past videos where I'll bring it up like, this is what I was seeing in my head. And 99 out of 100 times, you could probably watch all 400 and whatever of my videos, and maybe twice I've talked about actually capturing what I saw in my head and how I saw it in my head. That doesn't happen with me very, very often. But again, I'm probably, not probably, I'm definitely my own worst critic, for sure. So, I mean, I probably could have captured some things that, just the way I was envisioning, or captured it even better. But I don't throw myself that bone that often. A closer look photography. Same here. No plan, just love to peacefully wander and look. And yeah, you hit on something really, really solid there, because that's honestly why I started this YouTube channel. I want to say it was 2016, 2017, in that ballpark. And, also, if you guys have watched the channel for very long, I've dealt with depression and anxiety and crap like that. And I started this channel as a tool, I guess, for lack of a better word, to get my ass up off the couch and get outside to do something meaningful. And that's what led to this channel. I saw a couple photography channels. Thomas Heaton was one, and Rachel Lurch, which some of you may or may not know. She's not doing too many videos these days, but those were the two channels. I mean, in totally opposite spectrums too, right? Because Thomas Heaton was, top of the mountain. Rachel Lurch was just had, she had 600 subscribers, and actually 621 subscribers when I saw her first video. And I was like, I might be able to do that. And it's like, so yeah. So, but to get what the word wander and the word adventure, it had me thinking about why I even started doing this. And like I said, to get me outside, get some sun in my eyes, and get me moving this body around, and with intent, right? And that intent was to purposely look for something beautiful in the world around me, and that helped me deal with, helped me stay positive, helped me deal with depression, anxiety, and all that stuff. So yeah, Christopher is kind of like film versus digital. The discipline of slow contemplative approach can be rewarding, but taking chances with very little cost impact with digital can be, yeah, absolutely. It's crazy. Some of your guys' comments are like they're almost like they're directed, like almost like I wrote them, because I've got another video coming out where I shot this older gentleman, and he was, overcoat, awesome, like hat, like a businessman in downtown Chicago. And in fact, if you watch my video later today, you'll see it, because it won our camera club. Oh, I just, spoiler alert. Dang it. Anyway, but it's in this image that I'm talking about is in a video that's coming out later today. And out of, one image, right, that I really loved, but I took like 30. And I call it the phone call, because it's this guy, this gentleman, downtown, right outside of Union Station in Chicago, the whole overcoat, the hat, suit, dressed to the nines. And he's on the phone, I think, in every one of these shots. And I probably have it at least 15. But I was creating video about that very thing, about how digital is so nice. And that's why, because you can rattle off all these images. Yeah, some people call it spray and pray or whatever, but who cares? You can rattle off all these images, and if you get that one, that that banger, that one that you love, it's like, hey, it was worth it, and it cost me nothing. So yeah, it's just, I'm getting off on all these tangents because your guys' comments are so like spot on. So anyway, let's see here. As I said, just some tools in your toolbox. Yep, for sure. No planning for me other than Eagle releases. Yeah, and that's, that's kind of best of both worlds, Woody, on that, right? Because yeah, the time, the location, but you don't know how it's going to go. You don't know where you're going to be able to be positioned for the shoot. So yeah, Kevin. Yeah, so Kevin knows who Rachel is, and Bernard. Yeah, Bernard. That might be where I kind of ran across you the first time. It's on her channel. Um, Photo adventures are good exercise. I walked a 1,000 miles last year photo hunting. That is incredible. So you must have counted your steps, something like that. Yeah, Bernard, it was probably around 18. I think that's when I started doing this. Um, but anyway, yeah, so the value for me, I mean, there's definitely value in going out without a plan, but there's definitely also value, or I mean, because and I rarely do this, but if you have like a solid plan, carved out, you can go to point A to point B to point C and so forth, so far. Blah, you know what I'm trying to say. Um, and when you scratch things off the list, you've done point A, you've done point B, you get that sense of accomplishment, right? By scratching, okay, we did that, we did this, we did that. Now I've been through my list, I've been through my plan. Now I can get back to the old beat lab at home and throw it all on the computer and hopefully create a halfway decent video, um, which, as you also know, is very rare. Just joining, had to have breakfast. What? It's 11:03 here Central Time. That's what we call brunch. Oh, most important meal before turning in or tuning in. 9 a.m. here in the Pacific Northwest. Well, the Pacific Northwest sounds pretty good to me, especially if you're a Seahawks fan. That's who I will be rooting for in the Super Bowl this coming Sunday. So, well, we were just chatting about the value of having a plan for your photography drive or walk or shoot or day, whatever you want to call it, or not having a plan. And it seems to me like the consensus is that most of us on this call right now are all for not having a plan because, when you don't set a certain expectation, you can feel rewarded and feel good about what you came back with. If you do have a set expectation, a set plan, it really can set you up to feel like you didn't hit those goals that you were going for that certain day. So, Garrick, do you use the photographer's uh, if I can't pronounce that, ephemeris or whatever, you guys can read it, or photo pills? Those are some useful tools that can help you either plan or shoot. I downloaded the first one, EF photographers. How do you say that? Whatever. The photographer's ephemeris. Oh my God. People are going to say, who's this idiot? Well, they're probably already saying that. But yeah, TPE, that's much easier to say. I had that on my phone a long time ago, and I never really figured out how to use it very well. So I'll bet you I still have it on my phone. I would not be surprised at all. But yeah, I have it, and I don't use it. What's that say, Woody? E. That's how to pronounce it. Oh, Woody, you always got my back, buddy. Ephemerist. Ephemerist? I don't know. Either way, a closer look photography. I always enjoy your rural farm images. Here's where I have tried planning. I would get on Google Street View and look for barns and such and record the location of the drop pins and then drive there. Yeah. And that's a really good way. And that's I have done that as well. That's a really good call out as well. I have gone on Google Earth or whatever, just regular Google and satellite, imagery or whatever, and mostly looking for, hey, is there going to be a place that I can pull off the road? Because that's the sketchy part of barn photography. They're all on private property, like all of them. So you have to, and they're all on country roads. And for those of you that are not in the country, anybody that's driving down the country roads think they have to be doing like 90 miles an hour for whatever reason. So it's dangerous just to pull off on the side of the road. So yeah, I use Google Earth or Google Imagery occasionally to see if there's a spot that I can pull over. Sometimes I'll just drive to that location and look around and see what I can find. But yeah, that's a good call out. I also use Street View to try and find the barns. The barns that I've taken pictures of. Well, it's probably good because if you asked me, I wouldn't be able to tell you where they were. Now, my buddy Robert, who he's moved away, he used to ride around with me a lot in photography. He was super good at remembering where things were and how to get there. And I think that was the 30 years in the military that helped him out with that. But yeah, you're better. Definitely have better luck using Street View or Google Maps to find those. And because I can't get back to these myself half the time. And I know you can take a picture with your cell phone and that'll give you the geographic coordinates or whatever. You can just type that in, but I'm not good at remembering to do that. Mr. Phil Thatch says, my goal on a photo walk is to get 10 acceptable shots and hopefully one very good one. That's enough for a video. Same goal for birding. For landscape photography, I lower my expectations to 3. Yeah, I mean, getting 3, landscape images that you really love in the same walkabout, I mean, that can be really hard. I keep a Google map of all the grain elevators that I want to photograph in Illinois. That can help if I'm out somewhere and see good light. Yeah, for sure. If only I was that I'll come up with the word smart. We'll use smart for now. But if only I was that damn it. There's the word for it. If I'm hired for a job, I will have a definite plan, but not otherwise. The location you go shoot at is kind of yeah, for sure. If you're going to a specific location, that you're right. That is pretty much a plan, just having the coordinates of where you're going. And a lot of times, like if I take Cooper out with me, that's literally just a drive. We have no idea where we're going. I mean, I know I'm going out in the country, but I don't know if I'm going north, south, east, or west until I'm actually going north, south, east, or west. It's just go by feel, or just do what you want to do. There's a coffee shop on the way, might go that way. So what else we got out here? Stacy, I haven't been out shooting in a couple years. Life happens. Also, can a person change the name of their channel handle on YouTube, or would they have to make a new account? That is a good question, Stacy. And don't quote me, I'll bet Phil or Ron, if they're still on, knows for sure, or Kevin. I think you can change your YouTube channel name. Now, I'm not positive on if you're able to change the YouTube handle. Yeah, Kevin just said you can change it, but I think it has to stay that way for 30 days. So, yeah, I believe you can change it. I think Kevin's right. And I don't think, if I recall correctly, I don't think it's like a major process to go in and change it. I think you can change it like right away, right now. But like Kevin said, it's got to stay for 30 days. So, yeah, good question. And that's the one thing too, Stacy, I didn't know you had a channel. I'll have to look for that and check it out. Oh, your rural route too. I just looking. Your name shows up, Stacy, on here, but I think you're rural route 2 photography. So if anybody on here, yeah. So you need to check Stacy's channel out as well. Rural route photography 2, I think. I'm going off memory here. But then again, if she's going to be changing the name of her channel, maybe we should hold off and make sure we're sending you to the right channel. So that's really all I had for today. I had those 3 topics. I just want to thank you all for dialing in and joining. Just a quick recap. I updated my banner. I updated my channel description to make it more me, make it more personal, and the one photo project, we got 9 entries, which is really awesome. And I will do a video, or I'll figure it out. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to share all 9 images for that, but it'll be in the next week, 2 weeks at the very most. And this was a really good discussion about, do you go out with a plan, or do you just go out and wing it? And I think we all do a combination of both, but I was pleased to see how many people are on the wing it bandwagon as often as I am, because it's just good to know that I'm not some lunatic that doesn't plan anything. So nice hearing from you, Mr. Thatch. And thank you all again for dialing in. We call it the Wednesday Club, and we actually did it on Wednesday this week. So that's a good thing. That's promising. Thank you to Mr. Durant for all his help and get me going on these live streams. And we'll make them better each and every week. And thank you all again for dialing in. I'm going to end the stream now. So, and if you didn't get a chance to see it, it'll be on replay. So, all right, gang. Hey, thank you so much. I am Garrick, and I am your very best friend in the whole wide world. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.